800 meters above sea level. In La Estancia de Landeros, here we are. Right behind me, the taberna de Tacho Guzmán, a famous raicillero here in this zone. I'm trying some of his raicilla right now. This has agave from 3 different altitudes and it's absolutely delicious. And this is just the first distillation. It's called ordinario and it's actually super awesome. I wanted to show you guys and take a tour of his taberna. It's amazing. It's super old school, super artisanal. This is a classic oven of a Raicilla de la Sierra. This is an adobe style oven. It's brick covered with clay, and it gets up to about 1,000 degrees Celsius with firewood, usually oak. They call it encino or roble that they use here. They light the fire from the bottom and then they put the agave in at the top. And I'll show you guys what that looks like in a second. But here's where they close the oven up and they have to take the agave out of this side too. Right now the taberna smells super, super delicious. It smells like firewood. It smells like fermentation. And of course, raicilla.
Mi nombre es Maestro Tacho Guzmán González y pues, se puede decir que soy raicillero o maestro raicillero. Pues una taberna es donde se elabora el raicilla, la raicilla maximiliana, la raicilla espirituosa que le llamamos nosotros aquí. Y aquí la manejamos con un horno de mampostería de ladrillo, alambique de acero inoxidable con serpentina de cobre.
So as you can imagine, when this oven is 1,000 degrees Celsius, there's flames just shooting out of the top of this. And once the flames kind of die down a little bit, after the oven's been baking for about 10 hours, is when they'll pitch the agave at the top of this oven down inside. But before that, they have to cut the agave into pieces, because if you look at this hole here, it's only about that big. So they have to not only have the agave, but they have to cut them in small pieces, at least in quarters, to be able to fit them inside of this oven. I wish you guys could smell it here right now. It smells like firewood. It smells super delicious. And I wanted to show you guys some fermentation. So Tacho, he puts the water in the fermentation tanks the very first day. And that's a little bit different than the raicilleros of the coast, because they'll put the water in a couple days later. And Tacho's telling me it only has about 2 more days to go before it's ready. And if you put your ear up against the tambo, you could hear it bubbling. Tacho, the maestro, he's the one who decides when it actually is ready to distill. Some people like to distill early, some people like to distill a little later. So basically after 15 days in total, this will be ready. Gracias, Tacho.
Sí, la primera vez que fui a la taberna ahí de mi tío, y fui y me enojé porque no me dieron raicilla. Ese es el recuerdo más grande que tengo. Solo me dieron a probar mezcal, que porque no podía tomar. Pero como uno es bien dañero de chico, pues entonces en no descuidar me robé un trago del señor con el que iba. Y ya de ahí me gustó mucho el raicilla, me gusta su pureza, 100% orgánico. Aquí cuando llegan a mi taberna, pues mi taberna es muy noble, muy como yo, así sencilla. Y lo que más les gusta es cuando prueban mi raicilla.
When we leave these kinds of places, it just kind of reminds us how the hospitality is here. They greeted us immediately with a shot of raicilla. The dogs came up to greet us too, and just the people that make raicilla, they're so passionate about what they do. And it's interesting because all Tacho wants to do is make his raicilla. He doesn't care that he gets rich or he doesn't care that he sells it to anybody.
Aire, Gret, de los 100 litros que yo dejo para mí, Aquí tiene 2 botellas para usted
Wow, muchas gracias, amigo.
y una botella para el camarógrafo también,
Okay.
porque ahí él gana.
He said to me, all I want you to do is just come here and drink my Raicilla and enjoy it, and that's all I want. He's like, I save 100 liters for myself and I give it to my friends and everybody. And I feel really happy right now because I had maybe 3 or 4 shots, but that's okay. But it's just, we love being out in the nature here. We love talking with the raicilleros, meeting the distillery dogs, which are super nice. And I always just leave these places amazingly happy and I guess in a couple senses.